Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Doctor. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day today. We're going to be doing a second video now on the Iron Giant Challenge that's coming out tomorrow. And we're going to be talking about some of the strategies that I'm looking to employ, the specific teams that I'm going to be using, and the units that are going to be useful for you that you should have already been investing in or at least taking a look at. So of course, if you aren't familiar with it, the super hard Iron Giant Challenge is going to be coming out tomorrow. He's going to have 9,160 HP. He's going to have 30% slashing resistance. He is weak to piercing and magic. One of the things you're going to want to notice here is he has no immunity to stop. So this is going to be really key, and we're going to be talking about this in just a little bit. Some of the espers we're going to be looking at is going to be Ifrit and Behemoth, who can both be respec'd for Demon Killer. The Iron Giant is considered a demon-type monster, so if you're having trouble winning in this fight, that is always going to be an option for you. We're also going to be looking at Golem and Bomb. Of course, you can put Odin on this list as well. All three of those espers have Man-Eater. This may be a trial, and this may be something where you actually respec your espers or Man-Eater if you are finding yourself struggling with the sort of fodder that is run along with that. Finally, of course, I put the Iron Giant Esper on here. He's gonna, of course, offer slash resistance, HP. He's gonna be an overall good Esper for this mission. Siren is another one that offers slash resistance. So you're gonna want to think about survivability in this fight. Thinking about survivability, looking at the cards that we're gonna be talking about, we're gonna be talking about the Iron Giant card, the Odin card. Vow of Love is going to be very essential for this. The Running Horned Bulls card with that attack plus 30%, Leonis Castle, and of course the Birth of New Life card. If you guys have recently watched my Evasion and Luck video, you'll know just how powerful that card actually is. Now, taking a look at some of the fodder that runs along with him, you're going to kind of recognize this slide from my previous video. Of course, he's going to get 3 soldiers that are both at 3,400 HP. The soldiers are going to use Trinity Break, and Magic Attack is effective on them. The Black Mages are probably going to be the most dangerous. They are going to be sort of clustered in the beginning, so initial placement of your characters in the correct slot is going to be important. We'll talk about that more specifically when I go to my individual guide, because we don't currently know where the characters spawn in what slot. So when I make my live video, we will be discussing that. And of course, the Iron Giant has 9,100 HP. Something to note is he does use an ability called Iron Berserker after receiving 5 attacks. Essentially, it quadruples his attack power. You can stop this, though, by having a unit that has Dispel. So if you're not going to be someone who's going to burst down this, if you're going to be a slow and steady fight condition, this is something that's going to be very important, and we're going to go over all the units that currently have Dispel. Taking a look at the cards, of course, Odin's going to be very powerful with the Man-Eater effect and resistance to single attacks. The Iron Giant card, of course, for the slashing attack resist. And Vow of Love for the Enmity is going to be very important. You're going to have lots of other opponents on the field, and having a tank is literally essential as we start looking at the full scope of this trial. Taking a look at my party setup, we're just going to go over my party setup real quick. This is the actual party that I'm planning on taking into the hard trial mode, and let's go ahead and go over it. I do have Thunder God Sid here. He does have the Odin Esper with Man Killer on it, and he does have the Odin card with Man Killer on it. Now, one that's really important in the beginning is that you have 2 units that can do AoE damage in a cross formation. So you can see that I do have Stern here as well. Stern, of course, has Hazard Break, and Sid, of course, has the Thunder technique from his Thunder God. So my goal, of course, with Ifrit being built for Man-Eater, and the Moraga card with the Slash Attack Plus on Stern, and of course for Sid with the Odin, is I want to be able to go in and I want to be able to kill all of those mages that are lined up in the beginning. I want to be able to get in there. I want to sort of get in the middle, have some tanky units in the middle with Sid, and try to sort of clear out the middle and push from there. Some of you guys are probably looking at Phoebe and being like, holy shit, he has Phoebe on his team. Yes, that is absolutely correct. Phoebe is one of the few time mages that has access to stop magic and can also sub white mage and still use stop. So not only is Phoebe here as my healer, Phoebe is also here as my stopper because Iron Giant is susceptible to stop, and it could be that difference between winning or losing if you land stop on him. Maybe Y'shtola isn't fully prepared for Dispel yet, so if maybe he uses Iron Berserker, he's going to attack before Y'shtola has an ability to act or something like that. Maybe Y'shtola is out of range. Then, of course, I have Phoebe there to go ahead and stop him. Now, Y'shtola is going to be here, sub-green mage, for her access to Dispel. Very important to have a Dispeller if you are not planning on blitzing the Iron Giant down. And in order to blitz the Iron Giant down, which I have heard is possible, you're probably going to need a Mega Whale 5 UR comp. I have not seen it done. I have not seen a video for it, but something to think about with the severe Iron Giant. You're definitely going to want a unit with Dispel. We are going to go over a list of every single unit with both Dispel and Stop to help support you. And then, of course, I have Mont here. And if you guys didn't know, I actually use Mont in my main comp. I do have an Iron Armor +4 on him for the slash resistance. I have Sid's TMR on him for the agility up. I have Excalibur on him. I have Golem on him for the defense up. And I have Vow of Love to draw all of the hate onto him. He is sub-paladin and he is built to take a beating. Now, talking about all of the different units that are going to be useful, we kind of have to talk about them in terms of different classes. Now, first we're going to be talking about being able to do AoE damage in a cross formation. And one of the things you're going to notice is there's almost as equally accessible MR units on here as there are UR units. So of course there are tons of UR units that fit in here. Some of the best that's going to be notable for us though are going to be Thunder God Sid, Medina, and Stern. Medina is going to be one of the most powerful units that you can have for this mission. Thunder God Sid, of course, is going to be able to go in high attack, also going to be able to survive some of the attacks from the Knights. Stern, of course, with his Hazard Break, or any opponent with Hazard Break. You'll notice that Gafgarian on here is also right below Stern. Gafgarian also has his own form of Hazard Break. This could be Ketone as well. I believe she has Hazard Break. I'm not fully sure on that. We do have Y'shtola for Foul, Sir O for Night Veil. So there's a whole bunch of different options here, but it's very important to get that 3 kills in at once achievement, that you do have this AoE. If you're going to plan on pushing into the middle, you are going to need to have 2 AoEers. Next on here, I do have a tank, and I'm not fully sure you actually need a physical tank. For me, I'm going to be using Mont because I do have a White Mage and a Stopper on my team. I think you might be able to get away with an evasion comp. I think I will be trying to do an evasion comp when I run this. Mont and Engelbert are, of course, going to be your #1 go-tos. Whisper, solid #2. Nasha, solid #3. And then, of course, Sir O and Shadowlynx, if you have an MR unit. There's a lot of people who have those units leveled. If you haven't put Vow of Love on a Sir O, it is possible. I have done it. And I'm thinking I might actually try and run the Iron Giant with Sir O as a tank in an evade comp and see how that works. Now, probably the most important information here is having access to Dispel. So you're going to automatically have access to Dispel if you've been playing since launch with access to Y'shtola. Now, most of you guys are going to see that there's kind of a double up here. You can double up with your Dispeller and your AoE attacker. So if you have Medina, if you have Y'shtola, a very go-to unit composition for this fight. Lady Helena also has access to Dispel. We also have Valide, and then we have Lord Curry. Both of them also have access to Dispel as well. In terms of healers, you're going to notice another trend here. You're going to notice Y'shtola and Lady Helena again. You're also going to notice, holy god, I can't remember her name, Grace. And you're going to notice Ayaka. You're going to notice Fina, and of course you're going to notice Phoebe here. So for those of you that noticed, I did have my Phoebe leveled. She is Time Mage sub White Mage, so when she's not healing, she is going to be casting Stop on the Iron Giant. That's 100% the reason I leveled her. I knew this trial was coming, and I knew I was going to need the support on my team because I don't have any healer, and I refused to use Ayaka. Finally, access to Time Magic and Stop. As far as I can tell, there's only 2 units who have access to Stop, and there's a lot of misinformation out there on Stop. The wiki specifically doesn't even list the correct units with Stop. It'll tell you that Gilgamesh has it, it'll tell you that Lady Helena has it, both of them don't. The only 2 units that have Stop, as far as I could find, we're going to be Phoebe and we're going to be Marguerite. So if you have access to either of them, particularly Phoebe, I know a lot of you guys have leveled Phoebe because of my last Iron Giant video, definitely going to be the way to go. I would definitely make sure you have her slotted in your team. And I can't wait to actually see how she performs in a manual trial setting. Now, taking a look at all of the units in particular, there's about 7 or 8 that I think are going to be particularly strong. And of course, that's going to be Medina. Medina fits into so many roles. Going to be one of the most powerful units in this trial if you have access to her. If you're going to be bringing a friend unit, Medina is probably going to be the friend unit that you want to bring. You also have access to Phoebe. Phoebe's not only going to be able to use Time Magic Stop, she's also going to be able to cure. Very powerful support unit, and she's only an SR unit, guys, so I would definitely recommend checking out Phoebe. Lady Helena, of course, being able to heal and being able to dispel is going to be very important. She fits multiple roles, so she is going to be an MR unit that's very flexible for you. Mont, of course, everyone has access to and everyone should have leveled. If you're not able to do fancy shenanigans with your tanks, Mont is just going to be the way to go. Just throw him into your comp. It's going to work out. He's a great unit for this trial. Sid, of course, going to be for that AoE damage, one of the strongest AoE damage accessible units in the game right now. A lot of people have him, and if they don't, they probably have Gafgarian, who is just as good as Sid when it comes to AoE damage in this trial. So definitely an option, and of course, both free-to-play units, both Gafgarian and Ishtola, very viable, and Ishtola definitely fitting into multiple roles if you need her to. So there is a whole bunch of different combinations that you can use. I've talked to you guys about what my trial is. Make sure that you guys don't take this too seriously. No, you might have to take a few days to get over this, and also recognize that this trial is going to be coming back. So if you're not strong enough to clear this trial right now, there is always going to be time for you to try and clear it on another time. Thank you so much for watching my video, you guys. If you didn't know, I am Amazon Coin affiliated, and it is one of the best ways to support me without giving me money directly. Check out my affiliate link down below. I do appreciate it. Make sure you comment on my YouTube videos. Make sure you check out our Discord. Come check me out on streaming. I do stream almost every night. So thank you so much, you guys, for all the support. This has been a really wonderful experience, and I am going to be making significantly more Iron Giant videos over the course of the next week, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.